Hi, this is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
And this is Megan with Believe in the Run.
And you're listening to The Drop, our weekly podcast about all things running and, like we always mention, some nonsense.
Yeah, mostly nonsense. That's the hot topic of the day.
Gibberish.
No sense whatsoever.
No sense, like nonsense.
Yeah, so, man, first week of summer grit, by the way.
I'm loving it. I love it.
Today really feels like summer grit. You know, it's like hot, humid.
Yeah, was it? I didn't think it was that bad today. I guess it was.
This morning wasn't that bad, but like walking just from the car to the office, I was like, wow,
yeah,
it's
it is
heating
now.
up fast.
Definitely.
Yeah, the old grit walking from the car to the office smile.
Where you're covered in salt because you didn't take a shower today. That's me.
I did shower.
Did you? I
Yeah.
didn't.
Well,
Oh, boy.
I think my hair's still wet.
I mean, it was, I have to say, I had a little bit of a speed workout today, and you felt the humidity. Like, it definitely was some heavy breathing and some heat. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna own my, yes, it felt like summer grit.
Yeah. It did. Tom, I can't do this. It's trying.
Is this distracting
Yeah,
you?
it's totally distracting me.
All right, I'll put it
Thomas
down.
is playing with a GoPro right now, and it's
it's
your new toy. It looks cool.
Do you know why I'm playing with a GoPro? It is actually important to the whole thing.
Now I want to play with it. It looks cool.
I know, right? You just keep your hands off it. We're going to Worlds. And I don't know if you guys know this, but we know dit squat about track and field. Like majority, the only one on our team that really understands track and field would be Brandon. But we're going to take you on that.
I did just get my level 1 certification in USATF for coaching.
Meg.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know the bare minimum.
So in
You're a
theory,
brainiac.
Meg knows what a steeplechase is
Yeah.
and that you can throw a disc and there's a ball that gets tossed.
but know nothing about the athletes or
Right.
Yeah.
So, but
I think for a long time I thought steeplechase involved horses.
it does.
There is a steeplechase that involves horses.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. That's the one that's up in Maryland where it's like the hoity-toity. It's basically tailgating for rich people.
They wear fancy hats.
They wear fancy clothes. They stand in a field, get drunk by their car, and every once in a while.
Why didn't they call it a different thing?
Because you're still doing the same thing.
You're still jumping over stuff.
Chasing steeples.
Yeah, it'd be like hurdles for horses.
What is the steeple that you're chasing?
You're not chasing a steeple. So as you go around the track, there's like a thing you have to jump over.
I actually do know that now. But where did the name come from that you're chasing a steeple?
Steeplechase.
Sounds very churchy.
You're chasing people who are
and
chasing
someone was probably drunk and they said
steeples.
they said the name wrong and they were like, we're sticking with that one.
This origin story checks out for sure.
Yeah. Along with track,
steeplechase.
we also are. What do you call in linguistics when you go all the way like to the root?
Etymology?
Yeah, etymology. Look at Robbie. Man, I love having a guy that was an English nerd on the show.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't know very much, but that's good for you because I'm going to guess that a lot of our audience also may not be the hugest track nerds. I think we attract a lot of people that got into running later in life.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm hoping, this is my hope, that we fall in love with the sport. We become huge nerds in the track world, or at least appreciate what track has to offer. And we bring the audience along with us, and you guys get to maybe find out, like, not be talked down to, not be like us using words that you think you should know. Like, I hate it when they do all this stuff, like talking like jargon that you don't know unless you grew up in track.
Yeah, when they shorten 400 to 4 and it's just 4x4, like just say the 100 part.
Yeah. And then they're like, where's the 2x4? Or the
Where I'm from,
Home
4x4 goes through mud and usually has Bronco in the name.
Yeah.
So
What's your best 4x4? Ford.
yeah, exactly. Does that 4x4 have a Hemi in it? But anyways, so yeah, I think for a while there I was like felt embarrassed or something that I didn't know a lot about track. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Whatever, man. Like I still love the sport. I like watching it, and I'll get up at 2 a.m. sometimes to watch a good track race.
Yeah, I love watching people run. I don't always understand why they're running or where they're going, but the actual act, and I do believe that if you watch people run well, with good form, that somehow it helps your brain so that when you're out on your run and you're thinking about doing your repeats or whatever, and you're like imagining the form, you know what we look like when we're actually running.
Yeah,
like we videotape, not videotape, but we videoed us running.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like how in our heads. I feel majestic like a stallion when I'm running and I see the video and
It looks like you're wading through a molasses river. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, like everything's failing. Like your liver's shutting down.
Megan's is a pretty runner, but do you got chicken wings, right?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So Megan's arms, she holds real high up, and it looks like chicken wings.
I think I hold my arms a little bit higher up than I should.
Watch the video of the last 10K race that I put on my personal feed, and you'll see chicken
What do
wings.
you look like when you run?
I always thought I was like had this beautiful stride, and I got this like little blamp 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 blamp.
Yeah. I think my butt sticks out when I run.
It does.
Yeah.
It like when I see yours, I'm like, how is that? Like, that's not like how you would naturally. That's not how you naturally stand. It's like you're.
I think I just have bad posture, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's why it sucks to sit in these chairs. I'm always moving around.
I don't know. It works better than mine. That's all I can say. But yeah. So did we talk about crit or are we?
Oh well, yeah. Let's talk about it. Meg, give us a rundown.
Wait, you also have to tell about you did a race, the Firecracker 10K.
I did.
Yeah, let's talk. That's part of your first week of grit. So what's going on?
Grit in general is going fine. I've been doing some decent mileage. But yeah, did a race on Saturday, the Arbutus Firecracker
Saturday?
10K.
Didn't you do it on Monday?
Monday.
Okay.
I don't know what days are.
Yeah. Time is.
That explains why you didn't do so well, because you did it on Saturday too.
I showed up on Saturday. No one was there. Yeah, raced on Monday. And I can't really be disappointed with my race because I don't know why I had any expectations of anything.
I'll tell you why I have expectations. You win everything you enter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I knew there was going to be a deep field. There's prize money at this event, and like hills are. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I can run hills well, but in the heat, that's just like not my forte. And I mean, I drank Friday and Saturday.
Water or not? Oh,
alcohol.
Oh, nice. Pulling a Robbie. I like it.
So yeah, I don't know why I was thinking like I would have a good day out there, but it was really, really hard.
But you did have a good day. I mean, relative. I think. Okay, if on the drive out there, she was already kind of like, I don't know how I'll do today. When we got there, she was like looking for the people that she knew were going to be fast. And, when we talked.
Did you know the people that were going to be fast, by the way?
I knew that local fast people were going to come. And then when I recognized women who were like there.
Okay.
And my whole thing was in my mind. I was like, maybe I can just like hang on to these women for like a few miles. I don't know why I thought I could do that. Like I got schooled in the first mile. Like they were gone. Like I wasn't even in competition. So I think that was a little mentally disheartening. And then for the rest of the race, I was kind of like, this is hilly. This sucks. And
And that was your first 10K race, right?
Yeah.
Ever?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I even like tried to like knock myself out of it and like have fun. Like I ran through all the sprinklers. There was this like
that's cool.
rainbow water thing. Did you run under that?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, like over the road?
Oh, you didn't do
over
it.
the road? Or no?
Yeah, like it was like a little like setup on the course.
Okay.
That you could just like run under.
That's cool.
Like so I was doing fun stuff to try and like get myself into a happy mental place, but I don't know, I just nothing ever felt great.
Oh, by the way, she finished in 4th place, so.
Yeah, 4th place. And it was stiff competition. But when she came running through, so I was able to get down to like where the 4th mile was. And she was already like, this sucks. This course is horrible. Like running. So I knew that like Meg's head wasn't in it. But you know who stayed in it really well? Is our friend Dan, who.
I was hanging out with him Friday night. I actually had some drinks with him.
Okay. So he was probably like, with 2 miles to go, probably 5th or 6th place out of the men.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he turns it up in the end.
Oh, my God.
He has a great kick.
But it's not just a great kick. It's a hilly course. Like, he had to work some hills in the last 2 miles to gain on these guys.
Yeah.
It would have been so disheartening if you were these guys.
Oh man.
So he came in and I think he finished third, but it was like a close third. And he's just so impressive.
Yeah, and he's like 40, or no, he's 37. Yeah.
And Patrick Blair was there.
Yeah, seemed like a great crew from Baltimore.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The race director, we were all like cheering Faster Bastards in, and he walked over to us and he was like, we got to get you guys back here next year. He's like, what can I do? And then he was like, you guys are the shit.
Yeah, he's like of all the running people, you guys are the shit.
That's awesome.
And I was like, cool. I go, yeah, if you want, we can get a group of Faster Bastards out here for the race. And he's like, I'll do whatever it takes,
nice.
You know, if you guys want. I'm like, and then Chris and everybody's walking up going, this course sucks. It's the hottest. I'm like,
cool guys.
I'm like, yeah, we'll probably have to find guys who didn't run it this year. And honestly, it wasn't the worst conditions. Like,
Yeah.
it could, like, if it was hotter, there didn't seem to be any.
Yeah, July the 4th wasn't too bad here.
Yeah. For spectating.
Yeah.
So I'm there spectating, and I have to say, I'm reading the Steve Magnus book because we're going to have him on soon. And also, I'm just interested in the topic that he's covering. And, you know, I've always felt like sometimes when you give up, you're not being tough or you're not being, you know, doing the hard thing. And I'm reading a chapter now where he like goes over stuff that sometimes, like I've always felt like my rim to rim, where I didn't go rim to rim to rim, was like a giving up on my part.
Yeah.
But like in reading the chapter, I actually did the smart thing because I know that I wasn't going to be like, I would have put myself in danger going back down.
We would have been searching for your bones still.
Exactly. But in regards to this race, I decided not to race. And the reason I decided not to race is because I haven't been racing well. And I haven't been feeling like my speed is there in my running.
Yeah.
And I was like, why do I want to go out to a course that plays into my weaknesses?
Right.
It's like hills.
It's not going to help your mental
heat.
state.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not. So I went and I spectated, and I actually had a great time spectating.
Nice.
Like I got down, I had the camera there. I got to see the people. I got to feel the race vibes without being the pressure. And it probably would have ruined my weekend because I know I wouldn't have performed well on that course.
Yeah.
And then it was great. We went for a run afterwards, and
nice.
yeah, we got in the miles, stuff like that.
That's good.
Yeah, how many miles are you at for so far? Day 6.
I don't know.
By the way, I need to ask you. So the race was called the Arbutus Firecracker. Did they set off a firecracker at the start?
No.
That's dumb.
Yeah, that actually.
In fact, it was like very jarring. Like we were like all lining up, and then all of a sudden he was like, "Set, go!"
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't even like
What's
a gun.
his name?
Or
I'll write him.
Martin.
Tell him that's a contingency for having the Faster Bastards next year. Is they need to set off a firecracker as a starting gun.
Contingency. We get to do a fireworks show to start off. Me and Robbie.
All right.
Like we'll do smoke bombs. You'll have to run through smoke first.
So you inhale the sulfur.
Yeah,
like that.
Robbie and I will blast off some stuff.
Yeah, I like that. That's like what do you call it? Like a level, makes a more level playing field.
Also,
people are breathing in deeper, have to suck in more smoke.
Robbie, I think that if we do this, we should dress like pro wrestlers.
Yeah, I do that.
And jump around and
or
get
Joe
everybody
Dirt.
pumped up.
Mm-hmm.
You could be Joe Dirt. I'll be a pro wrestler.
Okay.
And then we'll grease up. Even Joe Dirt.
Coming off the top rope.
Yeah. I'm at 56.
56.
I am.
You leveled up.
Oh, shoot.
I am not that far behind you. I'm at, I had 42 yesterday, did 10 today. That makes 52.
You're at 52? Dang.
Yeah, 52.
I'm only at 42.
That's where I was yesterday.
Or 41. Yeah. 42.
Yeah. You're right in there.
Yeah, I took an off day yesterday too. So.
That probably didn't help.
Yeah. I needed to though.
I think that's the thing. That is the thing about grit is if you need to slow down to not wreck your body, don't let pace be a pride thing.
Oh yeah.
And then 2, like, yeah, if you need a day off, take a day off.
You can kind of make up for it, you'll find ways to make up for it if you need to take a day off.
Last winter grit, I think a lot of us went out hard in the first bit.
Not me.
And then like kind of cruised in our mileage towards the end. Whereas this, I'm trying to be a little more even.
No, it's pedal to the metal, baby. We're going all the way. We try to. Is that a good pep talk?
Yeah.
You know what was great? Robbie has a new tradition for grit.
Which, wait, do I?
Yeah.
What
You
is
twist your ankle on the
Oh,
first
yeah.
day
I forgot
every
about that.
grit.
2 grits ago. That was when I did my most mileage ever. I did 225. I rolled my ankle the first day, and then sure enough, this past first day of grit, I was running the Magic Speed 2, testing it out just at the office. Half a block away, just like not looking, stepped right in the pothole, rolled it. It's actually not as bad as like the one I did in the trail race, or even that first grit, but it's still a little big, and it's stifler. Go ahead, laugh. Put it in the laugh track. Anyways, but it was kind of big that day, and then I did do an 18-mile run Saturday morning.
Dang.
I just had where my family lives in Pennsylvania, there's this spot so my sister and her husband, they were staying at a campground like 18 miles away.
Where do they normally live?
Who?
Your sister.
Oh, they live like an hour and a half from my parents. Near Hagerstown, like above in Pennsylvania.
But they're
Anyways,
like, rather than stay with them, we'll just get a camp.
they're like live that like
Camp
travel
life.
trailer life. Yeah. So and the campground's nice. We went to swimming pool there, but
I hear there's a slide.
there was, that's another story. But so I was like, always had wanted to run back there, and there's a rail trail and like run like a state park back there that I always run out when I go back to my parents. Like one of my favorite places to run. And I was like, you know what? I want to run from there to there. And I'm not really at the point where I should be running maybe 18 miles. I think I needed to go like, that's the longest run since my 50K back in March. But I just wanted to do it. And dude, I will tell you, the first 2 miles of that run, I literally almost was like turned around and just came back because it was so hot. This is Saturday.
Yeah.
So hot, humid. Sun was just like punching me in my face. I was like,
Did you carry some water?
yeah, I carried a Camelback of water and then a 16-ounce
Jeez.
flask of salt stick. Salt stick. And I had a sleeve of Cliff Gels and then the gummies and then a Goo Roctane. And
Roctane.
I stopped a couple times the first 4 miles and then like just was drinking, like trying to like get myself back because I don't know what I ate for breakfast. It probably wasn't good. Oh, I had like a breakfast sandwich. Anyways, all I had to say, it was real hot, but luckily like the sun then went behind the clouds on the open stretch of road that I had for like 8 miles, and so it was a little bit better. I stopped it and there's an old lady tending to her garden. And I like walked up the lane to ask her if she had a hose, which she did not. But I had to look. She had to be like freaked out. I looked crazy. I had my bucket hat and like vest and looked disgusting. But I was like, you probably have a sink with like a cup. But I don't think it crossed her mind. Anyways, because I was like, I'm going to die out here if I don't like get water on my head. I was just like overheating. So I found a creek like a half mile up the road.
Of course you did.
And dipped my head in it and my hat. It was great.
Nice.
And then it all came back together. But
That's
yeah.
good. I mean, you mentioned something there that I have to say I have started to get addicted to, and it's the salt stick hydration stuff. And they're not a sponsor. They're not anything like that. But man, because like today I was like, it's not that hard to hydrate in the summer because after runs you're so dehydrated. But it's that second 20 ounces or whatever where you're like, and just having a little something in the water makes it work. So today I was like gonna
especially when it's like warm, your water warms up.
Yeah, and I had a big bag of Tailwind at home, so I was like putting the scoop, and I realized every scoop was 100 calories, and I was like, I don't know if I need 300 calories of Tailwind.
Let's talk to our nutritionist, Megan.
Yeah.
What do you say?
So I ended up, you know how many calories are in the salt stick pack?
Like 10, right?
Yeah. So I was like, I think the 10 will do me fine. So I switched out and did that. But I mean, you've been drinking them. Like they sent us a few.
Yeah,
Samples.
the mango flavor is like real good.
You like the mango?
Yeah.
I think I'm partial to lime.
Yeah, I like the lemon.
Oh,
lime.
I haven't even tried that one. But so I did that, and honestly, it like turned around, and I felt pretty good. Like miles 10 through, I felt really good. Like I had to go up this mountain that was probably 1,000 feet over, or 800 feet over a mile ish.
Whoa.
It was like maybe not that much, but it was like pretty steep though. Like I had to walk some of it. But then the downhill was great from that, and I felt really good finishing out. And then, but I had that Camelback. It wasn't the Hoy full. It was probably like 32 ounces, the 16 ounces. I had more water when I got there. I had another salt stick, like an hour later. I had like some more water, and then 2 Busch Lights, which is basically water. And
Was this afterwards or during?
afterwards.
Okay.
So but like throughout, basically I didn't pee since the time I got up until like 6 p.m., which is crazy to me.
It is crazy.
I mean, and I drank, I counted all the ounces. It had to have been a gallon of liquid that I drank. I just thought that was nuts. But yeah, I did have a little bit of headache, but that salt stick, I think, brought me back around. Anyways.
And then how'd you feel the next day?
Not too bad. I just ran like 2.5 miles the next day. I mean, I was a little beat up because it was pretty hilly. I think it was 1,400 feet of elevation over 18 miles.
Well, that's just a long time to be on your feet.
Yeah, it was like close to 3 hours.
Yeah.
So
In the heat,
Yeah.
with the sun on your head.
Yeah.
Even with your bucket.
And then I hiked 2.5 miles at the end of it, like with my family. So it was actually like 20. Over 20.
That's what I always try to tell people. Like, if you have a family at all, running isn't just the run. It's building up fitness to do stuff after the run with your family.
Oh, 100%.
Like if you have kids, you've got to be in good enough shape that you can do your 20-mile run and then hang out with kids for 4 hours in a park.
That is like one of the crazier things. Whenever I see Jarrett lounging,
Taking a nap.
I'm going to watch the entire season of Stranger Things like today after my long run while I'm drinking beer and have my whatever sleeves, my leg sleeves
is
on.
recovery boots.
Air relax. I'm like, dude, like you don't even know. Like imagine going to like 2 1-year-old birthday parties after a 20-mile long run.
Oh, I don't think
That's the hardest part of the whole run. Is doing that.
For sure.
It's amazing what a shower and like an egg sandwich can do.
You know what was weird about? So I was trying to listen to a podcast while I was running, and I don't know if it's because like I was so like just angry with being hot and like feeling terrible, but I could not. It was just like driving me crazy.
The
Like,
podcast?
It was like because I don't even think I was listening to it because I was just so like focused on like what the hell is happening.
So you're just hearing people talking?
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, shut up. So I just like, I had to take it out and just the rest of the run in silence.
I mean, I've done that sometimes. Like I'll listen to audiobooks and I'll realize that I keep drifting in and out of like following it.
Yeah.
So then I have to turn it off because it's like.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm always like drifting in and out and never hearing really what's going on. So it just becomes annoying background
Have
noise.
you ever switched from listening to like a podcast to music and then like your pace changes like drastically?
I don't. I actually have been using the podcast and audiobooks for the days when I have easy runs because I do find that like I'll just kind of get into a chugging along kind of pace. So it's really good for me to like, I'm really working hard on not giving a crap about the paces. So like easy days, I'm actually starting to do like easy.
That's good.
And
No, but I'm even saying like today, for example, I was listening to a podcast, but it was like a real downer of a podcast. So I turned it off and switched to music, and the paces still felt easy, like the exact same effort wise, but they were way faster.
Wow.
yeah, that's music.
Yeah.
I find that's what I'm trying to get at is that like when I want to work out, I can't listen to an audiobook or podcast.
Oh, same. Yeah. A workout day, I'm listening to music.
What was actually kind of cool is I got to work out. I did my run today with Brandon. So Brandon and I ran together, and I expect him because he's so fast. I expect him to like my paces to be like a walk in the park for him.
Yeah.
And it was nice to hear even someone at Brandon's speed like that it was
A good workout.
he was like that first because we had like a ladder and the first 4 minutes was 4 minutes hard, and of course I'm going out fresh on that. And he was like, I have to admit that first 4 minutes was difficult.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. But because it was hard for me. Today was just. Did you run already today?
I actually ran fast paces today too. Yeah.
You didn't find that it was muggy and.
Yeah, I guess it was. It just maybe not. I'm thinking this because the sun wasn't really beating on it.
That
There's
was
a
the best
breeze.
part. There was a little bit of breeze and there wasn't the sun. But that's
the
heavy
worst part for me.
Heavy breathing, and then I don't know what it is, but like, I used to never have any stomach issues. Nothing.
Did you crap yourself?
I wanted to. It was that kind of thing where it was like Russian roulette.
Yeah.
It's like, do I take a chance?
The worst is when you're like, do I just need to run down my street for 10 miles because I don't know what's going to happen? Yeah, I ran fast today just because I was like, I need to actually run fast at some point. And I just was like made it up in my head. So I was
going to say, was it a planned thing or did you just like when you felt it?
No, I mean, I planned it in my head as like a modified, just a dumb speed. I just did 6 400s at like sub 6 pace. Like
that's pretty good.
Sub 5K pace with like a minute off.
Wait, what's your 5K pace?
I don't know, like 620. I think like my first one was like 5:55, but then I was like eventually, but my last one was like 6:15 pace. But
so was that 2.5 minutes on then?
Yeah, maybe like a minute and a half because it's only 400. So
that's a good workout. I like to get you rolling.
Yeah, I just wanted to like get something, just a little something, you know. But I ran the Adios Pro 3. Mm-hmm. I love that shoe. I love it.
Okay, that's interesting because today I ran the Metaspeed Sky Plus. So I'm trying to figure out. I really like the Saucony. I like the Adios.
Yeah.
The fit of the upper is a little weird for me.
Fit of the lacing thing drives me absolutely nuts.
And then, but I wanted to feel okay. I feel like general consensus is Metaspeed Sky Plus is a good marathon shoe. Mm-hmm. We've been running the edge. You and I kind of lean towards the edge, but I don't know that it has enough cushioning for me.
Yeah, I get it.
For full. So I was like, okay, the Saucony Pro 3, I really kind of like. And I was like, is there a difference between that and what's the difference between that and the Metaspeed Sky Plus? I feel like the Saucony is just a slight bit softer.
Yeah.
And just has a little more protection under the feet.
It's so much softer than the last version. It's crazy.
Yeah. But the Metaspeed Sky today kind of felt on the firmer side, even though that's the more cushioned cushion one. I don't know, man.
Here's what I love about the Adios Pro is that I feel like when you land, like especially if you're going fast and you get that like bouncy like toe off, like, but I love that the decoupled heel part because you don't get that midfoot like I sometimes in the Endorphin Pro 3 or like the RC Elite or even the Sky, maybe it's like almost too soft for me. Like where I love about the Pro is you just get what you need and you don't get I feel like you don't get that full cushion. You just get like right where you land.
Right where the foot. Well, I like the sensation that I think I liked in the original Alpha Fly. I think you can get from the Edge Plus, and you can get from maybe the Saucony a little bit, but definitely in the Adios. It's that feeling of under the ball of your foot.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
There's like more bounce and cushion right there, which is where I like it.
Yeah, same.
Like that's why I used to love the Newton shoes because I liked the sensation of having that.
And the Adios Pro sensation. Has the metatarsal things like
I didn't even think about that, but that feedback that I get from under the palm of my foot is where I need it. And I know that's just where I kind of transition my stride, whereas some people are more in the heel, so a different shoe. So I don't know.
I mean, I raced in the Pro 3. I really liked that.
The
you gotta say which one.
The Endorphin Pro. Sorry,
yeah.
Saucony Endorphin.
They're
Pro
all
3.
pros and pluses now.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed that. I haven't put back the Alpha Fly 2s on yet, but I want to try them out again. I'm just trying to convince myself that that's still the best shoe. It's not working out so far.
Yeah, we did our video review. And you know, I've been trying to follow like people, and I don't know. I think that we all love the original so much that we're trying to justify the two. So like everybody's like, yeah, my third run in it, I finally felt what the shoe was trying to attempt, and I'm just like, how many runs? It kind of felt like, remember Boston 10? Everybody's like, oh no, you got to get 60 miles. And I'm like, 60 miles in it before the shoe becomes a good shoe? It's like,
Yeah.
Like
That's a 20% of the lifetime of the shoe.
yeah, you just like, holy cow.
Yeah,
But
that's a lot.
it might, speaking of somebody though that likes the Alpha Fly too.
Yeah, we should get into that real quick.
Kira D'Amato.
Yeah.
So really bummed to hear that Molly Seidel had to drop out of Worlds for the women's marathon team. But her replacement is Kira D'Amato, and I could not be more excited.
I think
Yeah.
people were super stoked about that.
Well, Kira is like a Cinderella story in a way that I think everybody wants to root for her.
Well, and I'm like, I just love, she gets a call from USATF 2 weeks before this marathon. She's not planning on, like, she hasn't been training, but she's super fit. So she's supposed
she's
to go.
crushing.
She's supposed to go do the Peachtree Road Race.
Is she
on
competing in
Monday.
other things in Worlds?
But
She was supposed to race in the Peachtree.
yeah, but she last minute dropped out because she got this call.
Right.
Went out and did 22 miles at a 5:55 pace because it's Kira D'Amato with like
Yeah.
a bunch of tempo miles, like
Remember
close
your-
to 5 flat.
Remember your 200?
It was 400, by the way.
So I
And I
like,
felt great.
Oh, yeah.
of all the people that could come in like without, I would say, quote unquote proper training, like what she probably wouldn't have done if she knew, like she could crush.
Look, she's going to do great. I'm excited for her. I think if you look at the lineup between Sarah Hall,
Emma
Bates, Kira D'Amato, it's a stellar team. Molly was, obviously struggling with some stuff. There's two things she was talking about. A sacral fracture. Was that the risk?
Yeah.
And then the other thing is she had that Adderall thing going on that may have been a problem as well.
Well, it's not approved, and so she wouldn't be able to continue taking it and participate.
Right.
Wait, so even if you have a prescription, you can't take Adderall?
No, because then anybody could get a prescription. I need steroids.
I get it. I get it.
So it just has to go through a more formal process. Like it has to go through an approval process with, I guess, USATF or something.
Yeah. I mean, Molly is so fun to watch. Like watching her win the bronze of the Olympics was a highlight of last year. Just in running general, like that was one of my favorite things that we got to see was her coming through.
Yeah.
I think between her and when Sarah Hall was in London and
Oh yeah.
closed on that girl, those are two exciting performances. And then Shalane coming across New York, those are the ones that like I really remember. Is like
And Des Linden winning Boston, of
yeah,
course.
and throwing Kira in Houston, but it's funny because like I was talking to Michael Wardian when we were running with him.
Dude, we didn't even talk about that, by the
Name
way.
dropping, but he was like, "What guys are you following?" I'm like, honestly, I'm more interested in the women's field for the
same.
marathon. There're just so many personalities that, guys, we got to step it up, man. Like
don't even
Kira
know-
D'Amato's doing Oreo challenges, Molly's doing puppies coming out of boxes.
Dude, yeah, like someone please offer up like a more exciting marathon run than Galen Rupp. I mean, come on.
He'll be there.
I mean, there are like I do love Drati,
Yeah.
and some of those guys, but we need like people doing the fun stuff, like some of these women are doing that keep you engaged in them when they're not on the track or on the road. But we're gonna get in and move right into the Nike Trail 4.
Pegasus Trail 4. Get it right or pay the price.
I know, because like they do make more than one trail shoe.
Yeah, so this is really one of my favorite shoes just to wear. I've been, like, I did some trail runs in it. I did some road runs in it. Honestly, this is a great road shoe.
Is it?
Yeah, it really is.
It's not heavy.
No, it's like under 10 ounces, so it's, or like right around there. So it's like, I wore it for like a 5-mile road run, and then I wore it again as that recovery run after my 18-miler. Like I wore it for 3 miles, and it's like, it's just a great shoe. Like, it's crazy.
All right. So what makes this a better update than the last one? Because I didn't get this one. I had the last one.
So the Peg Trail, the Peg Trail 3, which we wore, like, is very comfortable.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the most comfortable shoes you can wear.
It's on level with like Hoka cushioning,
Easily.
with Decker's X-Lab cushioning, with what other ones that are really nicely cushioned.
I mean, it's just like super comfortable. Like it was on our most comfortable running shoe list. And then this one is just better because it's an ounce lighter than last year.
That helps.
The upper's more like supple. It feels like you're just wearing a slipper, like on the trails. It's really
It looks
nice.
more narrow, like the footprint.
No, it's I think it is, but the upper just fits a lot better. It's the toe box is kind of rounded, so it's not, it's not.
The last
super,
one is square.
Yeah. It has a fly wire, which is always nice. But yeah, I really was surprised at how much I really love this shoe.
What's this shoe cost?
$140.
For a
But
trail shoe, I think that's good because you throw out trail shoes before you've got all your miles in it. Like I've rarely seen, unless you bust through the side.
yeah,
You rarely see anybody going. And I mean, I don't see, like, usually there's a little bit of reinforcement here to help from busting through the side, but I don't see anything like that here.
yeah, they don't have anything like that. But I mean, this is supposed to be a road to trail shoe, and it's not their most aggressive shoe. They did update the rubber, on at least the lug pattern on it from last year, which is, I think, a lot better and improved. I still think the rubber needs some improvement, like overall, which I think they're coming out with next year,
Yeah.
like a better sticky rubber. That was always like an issue with every Nike trail shoe.
This probably would have been a good shoe for Tahoe when we were on that.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure. I was just thinking that.
Yeah. Because we were running on stuff that was like crushed gravel, and it wasn't super technical. I mean, every once
And
in a
like
while.
packed dirt. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what this shoe would be awesome for.
Yeah.
But I really, like, I would wear this all the time for anything. Like I said, it's a good travel shoe because you can wear it just walking or running on trails or running on roads or hiking. Like, it's pretty much
Pretty much everything.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, you're probably not going to do speed work in it.
Now, people have kind of criticized the colors on this shoe for this one because they've had a lot of wild colors, and this
Yeah.
one's kind of pedestrian.
It looks a lot better in person, I gotta say. But they also they just released a new colorway that's really nice. I'll see if I can pull it up real quick for you. But
So if I was to choose though, like between this Wild Horse Kiger, like how am I making that decision?
so the Kiger is a little bit faster, not as much cushion. The Wild Horse has more cushion, but it's also more like aggressive and heavier. So I think this is like the best all-arounder.
Oh, really? So like if you had to choose between all three, you go with this one?
I would, yeah. I mean, the Kiger is nice in some ways, but I think this offers more comfort. You can still pick it up because it's decently lightweight for a trail shoe, and then you can just use it for anything. The Kiger has a more aggressive outsole.
When's the Gore-Tex version of this come out?
I don't know. Usually it comes out in like the fall, so I'm sure they're gonna have one. But this colorway, I'll put up on the YouTube video. It's pretty nice, right?
That's nice, yeah. That looks like a road shoe.
Yeah.
What he showed me, it's a black upper with a blue swoosh and a kind of a red
Yeah,
highlight.
that's a much better looking shoe than the one.
Right.
You
I mean, their colorways are just usually
You
out of this world. so.
Speaking of which, so my Gore-Tex Pegasus 3, I guess, trail, Peg 3 trail.
Yeah.
It was at we went to a Nike outlet store this past weekend, and I won't say we weren't looking for Alpha Fly ones.
Is it the one in White Marsh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that brown version of the Gore-Tex Pegasus,
Like the one that I have?
no, the one that I got. Like
Oh, yeah.
You have a light tan, or
Right.
whatever.
Okay.
The brown one that multiple.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How much was it?
I didn't even look. But
So it's interesting because that shoe is on the one that you're talking about. That's on sale on their website right now for like $110.
it's probably the same.
It's a
Yeah.
pretty good deal.
For a Gore-Tex shoe. Like
Yeah.
for me, that's a true utilitarian shoe. Like you're going to use it. And the reason I asked when this one's coming out in the Gore-Tex, I find that that's a shoe that is great for those fall, winter days. Just even commuting or working just keeps your feet dry.
Yeah. I mean, we wore it all winter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of the colorways are on sale right now for $110 on their website. It's a pretty good deal.
Is it a Gore-Tex shoe that's not going to die.
Yeah. Anyways,
All right, cool.
I don't think there's anything else.
Who's our guest this week?
Oh yeah.
We're talking with Ruth Croft, who just won the Western States 100.
I hear that's harder than the 10K you just did, Mick.
A little bit.
The Firecracker 10K.
A little bit hillier too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good conversation. She's great.
Did you
Yeah.
tell her you were in Tahoe the week before? Did you?
I
mention?
did, because we were talking about some of her heat training and how that didn't really work out when she was there before the race, because it was so cool.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah,
so
this
cool.
was a fun conversation. So enjoy.
All right.